Hey guys. Hey, I just felt like sharing a word that the Lord gave me a couple days ago on April 4th. And I am here in my closet, in my prayer closet, literally in my closet. And I just have been milling around if I should share this or not. And I just feel like this really is a word from the Lord for the body of Christ. So if you are a member of the body of Christ, please take a listen, and I'd really love to hear your thoughts on it. I was asking the Lord some questions. I get my mind milling around with all this stuff that's going on, conspiracy theories, coronavirus stuff, all kinds of things. And so I thought, I'm just going to ask the Lord, what do you think about this? And then I got my journal out. And so I asked the Lord, and then he said, trust me, Becca. Do you trust me? And I answered him and I said, you are my good shepherd, Lord. And then he began to speak. He said, I will lead you out of this. You are my precious sheep, and I am not willing that any should perish. No one will go easily into the darkness. There's more, Becca. Write this down. And then I began to really take note. I will come to you and rescue my children. No more will I stand by and watch as the evil one destroys and troubles my children. You must arm yourselves. Are you not my bride? Are you not my flesh and bones on the earth today? I have been preparing you for such a time as this. Church, rise up. You have heard my prophets calling for the unity of the body. It is time now. Stand up, my bride. Put on your garments of war and prepare to fight. I have equipped you with everything you need. I am in you and you are in me. And then he said something interesting. He said, the Jews sense my coming again. What they do not realize is that I am coming in you first. I thought that was really interesting. And then pandemics have scourged the earth before, but this is something more. I am moving among my people to wake them up. My spirit burns within each and every one. I will awaken the giant. I will awaken my bride. Prepare yourself for battle. Do not sit idly at home waiting for your government to fix it. Rise up in me as I rise up in you. Something is coming greater than the world has ever seen. My body united, my church arising, my purpose fulfilled. I am excited to come to you. I will join you soon. And when I sat back and just went back and read over that again, I was so excited about this word. And it reminded me of the Bob Jones prophecy about when the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, the apostolic chiefs will rise up on the earth, and all the other words that we've been hearing. But mostly, my heart wants to share with you today about the oneness of the body of Christ and how this really is God's heart for his people. And I was, as I was milling over it, I came to, I was reminded of 1 Corinthians 12, where he talks about the body. And he said, even so, the body is not made up of one part, but many. And then now if the foot says, because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason stop being a part of the body. But in fact, God has placed the parts in the body, every one of them, just as he wanted them to be. If they were all the same part, where would the body be? As it is, there are many parts, but one body. And I was reminded of this vision I had last year. I saw this young girl, like 14, and she was cutting herself, on her wrist, just cutting and cutting. And I said, Lord, what is this? And he said, this is the body. This is the body of Christ. She's been cutting herself for years. And I thought about how we've tried to destroy, like, there's people that believe, their doctrine is the right way. And churches have been divided and split over the centuries because of one belief or another. They don't like the color of the drapes that the board chose, so they split and go and they don't believe in dancing in church. They don't believe in flags in church. They don't believe in speaking in tongues. They don't believe in healing. Oh, you can only use the King James version. Now we must split, and our doctrine is right, but this is not God's heart. I'm really seeing that there are many parts of the body. And what is it that makes us one, really? What makes us a part of the body of Christ is Jesus and Him crucified. Jesus died on the cross. He was risen again. He ascended to heaven and came and gave us the Spirit. He sent the Comforter that I would be with you and I will be in you, He said. And that is what makes us the body of Christ. That's what makes us one. It's not our doctrine. It's not our belief system. It's not our whatever else we add on and tack on and try to staple onto our belief system. That's not what makes us one. We are saved by the grace of God. We are saved by Him crucified. And the blood of the Lamb is what brings us into the body of Christ. And so I just call you all to come into a oneness for the body of Christ, to rise up as the bride. And as we know that this is God's heart, He also said, but God has put the body together, giving greater honor to the parts that lacked it. So there should be no division in the body, but that its parts should have equal concern for one another. If one part suffers, every part suffers with it. If one part is honored, every part rejoices in it. You guys, this is God's heart. This is God's heart. Right before Jesus went to the cross in John 17, this is my favorite chapter in the whole Bible, is where He talks about the hour has come when I'm going to be glorified. And they're saying, where are you going? And He says, you know, I'm going to prepare a place for you, blah, 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 in John 14, 15, 16, 17. And, but then He goes on to say in John 17, verse 11, He said, I will remain in the world no longer, but they are still in the world, and I am coming to you. Holy Father, protect them by the power of your name, the name you gave me, so that they may be one as we are one. And then in verse 20, He says, my prayer is not for them alone. I pray also for those who will believe in me through their message, that all of them may be one, Father, just as you are in me and I am in you. May they also be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me. I have given them the glory that you gave me, that they may be one as we are one, I in them and you in me, so that we may be brought into complete unity. Then the world will know that you sent me and have loved them even as you have loved me. This is God's heart, you guys. How else is the world going to know except through us? As each one of us goes about our body, as we are a member of the body, a different member, an ear, an eye, a nose, a mouth, a foot, of every part of the body, each one differently, we cannot keep cutting ourselves. Come together in love. And then the next verse in in 1 Corinthians 13, it goes on to talk about love. And love is a weapon that breaks the chains of the enemy. As we love one another, it says in scriptures that they will know us by our love. That the people in the world are going to know the body of Christ because of our love, not because of how we're destroying one another. So lay down our weapons against each other and pick up our weapons against the enemy that wants to destroy this world. I believe that love is a weapon, and that weapon, as people are chained, and they're chained to a belief system, they're chained to a lie, they're chained to abuse and things that have happened to them in their past. They're chained to all kinds of evil. And as we come in and love them, their chains are broken. So I just call up the body of Christ to step into your love and be Jesus with skin on. Be Jesus. You are Jesus. If you know Him, you are Jesus on the earth today. And rise up as the bride. I know He's yearning to come, and He's yearning to rise up in you. And so as we allow Him to rise up, our hearts are going to be filled with love toward the body and toward people of the world. So I hope that this blessed you, and I just call all of us to rise up. And if you would like this or share or comment, that'd be great. All right, thanks for listening. I'll see you soon.